it probably won't come to as a surprise to any of you that GDR, so East German authorities, cracked down on any kind of public action that expressed sympathy with fascism. So East German authorities really despised these groups of subcultural skinheads for several reasons. First, they were elevating and spreading Nazi ideology and symbolism, mostly symbolism. And the East German identity was really one of anti-fascism, right? They're not just the socialist state, but they're the anti-fascist state, and their entire education system is geared towards instilling those kinds of beliefs. So for a bunch of teenagers to start wearing outfits, you know, and that had anything to do with the Nazi past was really a kick in the teeth for the authorities there. And secondly, these, the subculture, the skinhead subculture, like others, so like punk or goth or any of others like that, they were considered in East German terminology to be negative decadent. And what was meant by this was that they were decadent in that they were flamboyant, unnecessary, that all of these trappings were very, were sort of vestiges of capitalism that had not yet been expunged or wiped out. And they were negative because this display of really extraordinary, unusual fashion it wasn't serious, right? It wasn't a serious political activity. It wasn't clean cut. It wasn't, and it was very individualistic. So this really, again, went against the kind of ideology that they would teach in schools and in the FDJ, the youth organization of East Germany. And then the last thing is that the skinheads were, like punks and all the others, were very photogenic. So East German authorities cared quite a bit about their image as it was presented in newspapers and television reports around the world, but especially in Western Europe and West Germany. And the pictures that Western journalists could take of these of young skinheads and fights between skinheads and punks were just too irresistible. They made for a really good copy. So there was a particular incident that's quite well known, and in 1987, this is very close really to the end of the GDR in 1989, there was a group of skins, it was sort of skinheads, mixed between those from West Berlin and from East Berlin. They came together and they in a very planned way, they attacked a group of punks who were getting out of a concert that had just finished in a church in Berlin, the Zionskirche. And they were arrested. The ones who were from the West were sent back to the West, but the East German skinheads were put on trial. And at first they were given sentences that were very light. It was a few months in jail. But the East German public reacted very, very badly to this because they read about it, or they had to read about it in the West German press, right? Not in their own newspapers. So the fact that the state tried to hush this up was a real problem. And people were outraged. And eventually, because of the outrage, the state prosecutor ended up appealing their sentences and they were increased by quite a bit. But that really wasn't a solution to the problem, which was that there was not enough freedom to talk about these things in East Germany. And this made people very, very angry.